Hey guys, we're back on the FC 150 project. We got a little bit of money to move forward on this one, so beginning to weld panels in. I got the rear corner in here. This is kind of tricky to get a spot welder up in this joint, but I just plug welded it. I got it MIG welded here. I made this other side piece. And when you cut this stuff out, no matter how good you have the body braced, this whole corner starts going to hell on you. So I'm going to take you over to the other side and show you. Try and get that, Matt. Can you see that? Back up a little bit. We've got some sweeps on this side. And this is just so we can gauge what the body contour is like. I got a set of these from 1 to 60, and this is a 29, and that's about the radius of the body right there. So if we go over to the other side, it's very easy to get this out of whack, and then it looks real odd when you're going down the road. There's weld on here, but we're fitting real close here. And we're massaging and get those welds out of there, and that'll lay in there real nice. So you need some kind of gauge so you can tell where you're at. So the corner's in pretty good, the side panel's in good, and we're going to go under and start putting the wheel wells in next. Okay, we got the back wheel well. You see we got some weldable primer everywhere that we need it. I've got holes drilled in all the areas. We're going to plug weld all that stuff in there and just keep moving the clamps and get everything nice and tight, weld that in. And then I have the complete wheel well made. I just got to put this bend in it. We'll put all that in before we take this front floor out. This front floor needs to be replaced because that's all mangled up. And once the floor is in, we can finish up the front corner. So things are happening on the FC, and we're going to get this welded in, and I'll show you what it looks like after we're welded in. Okay, we're going to start plug welding this panel in. Get that, Matt?
Yep.
Come in on that. See these guys? Okay. Alright, when you're plug welding that, you want to get your heat set a little hotter than normal. And you wind up with nice flat plug welds there. They just need to be dressed a little bit with a little wheel. And it gives a nice spot welded effect. So we've got a whole bunch of them in this whole panel, so I'm going to get welding those. I'll be back with you in just a minute.
Go.
Okay guys, we got this panel welded in. Now sometimes welding through that weldable primer can give you some spatter, and sometimes they don't get as flat as you'd like them, but don't let that bother you. It's important to have the weldable primer behind all the joints so that they stay rust free. And we'll come in here with a little wheel. We'll dress the ones that are high all along this edge over here. But that panel's in, our side panel, our rear corner. We're making progress. This whole big section of wheelhouse right in here is going to go in next. And then we'll worry about a little floor in the back here a little bit later. But panels are going in fast, and it's coming out nice, so hang in there and I'll show you the next step. Okay, we got this little back piece that was routed out in there. It's tacked in here. There's a brace that goes in there. You can see where it's been welded. Matt's going to come around to the other side, and we'll show you the inside of that. Okay, here's our inner brace, and we just got that tacked in here. Later on, Afterwards, we're going to run a bit of seam sealer in there, so we're not too worried about the tacks. It's tied into our inner back wheelhouse there, and the whole corner now is super rigid, and we are ready now to start fitting the main wheelhouse. There'll be a little floor piece that goes in here. That'll be afterwards. We'll get that. We'll get everything in and then make a template and put a little floor piece in there and get everything finished welded out. But for right now, we're going to start working on up top there. Get this thing closed in a little bit better. Okay, guys, we're throwing a flange on this wheelhouse here. I'm going to turn the machine on. Matt's going to run the camera. We got to get this flange on there so we could plug weld it into the main body. I'll show you when I do that, but for right now we got to get a flange on here. Shrinking to do on this flange here. They'll straighten out once we get a little further, but we're on this radius, so that's going to throw a couple of buckles in, but we'll straighten that out on the final pass. Okay, there's a 3/4 flange on our 16 gauge material. Now if we have to adjust our radius here, we got something for the jaw shrinker to get on there and bite that if we have to adjust that. We're gonna go try it in the vehicle now, and like I say, little adjustments on that flange we can make without a problem. Got it, Matt? Okay guys, this is where we made it to today. The wheel arch is in. I roughed in that cab corner last time. We've got the rear in, and this is one area right here along this edge. Let me see if I can get focus in on that. That's one area there where you want to get some seam sealer in there because the rear tire kicks a lot of junk up. I mean, the front tire kicks a lot of stuff up from the rear of it, you know, in the rear of the wheelhouse here, and it drives it up into that joint. So I'm not doing the paint work on this vehicle, so there's another area in here that you want to seam seal. So I'm hoping that the painter, whoever does this, or whoever it goes to, is conscious of where to put some seam sealer where these rust out real bad, because there's a lot of areas that can use a little wipe of seam sealer and it really will prolong the life, and it won't rust out as bad. But same thing in the joints. I like to really drive in as much sealer as I can in there, completely waterproof the joint, and then come back with a thin tool and make a line so the body lines don't disappear. But like I say, that's going to be up to the painter. But the metal work is coming along. That wheel arch was a bear, but it's in. And I've got some clamps here. We're going to save this piece, just patch it where it needs patching. And corners roughed in. The other corner's in rough shape. But But things are coming along. Just in one day we were able to get quite a bit of this side done. Let me come around a bit. It's real solid, it's not moving around anymore. Kind of dark in here, but this is the inside of the wheelhouse. And you see we got all our underneath structure in there, and this is another area that's critical to get some seam sealer in down in this area. It really will prolong the life of the vehicle. So like I say, be conscious of where water and road dirt are going to accumulate, and do yourself a favor and really get some seam sealer in there. So the floors are in tough shape. You can see we're looking right through them there. So that's what's going to happen next. But as far as today, we've got a lot of progress done on this side, and we'll keep jamming on it until it's finished. So as always, thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.